Hey everybody, it's here! Sealed Throne of Eldraine is now available on Magic the Gathering Arena. We're going to jump in. Of course, we're doing this from our paid account because as limited focused players, the extra cards that come out of these boosters, the rares and whatnot, not as valuable to us as the ability to draft again. And frankly, Sealed, while fun, just chews up more of your gem resources than draft does. And so this is a little stretch of time between the Thursday of release and the Monday when draft is available, where I do not play on the free-to-play account because we want to try the new cards, but I'm not going to do it as I'm trying to preserve gems and gold on that account. But this is our paid account where we do whatever we want. We pay to play the way we want, and that's what we do here. And so we're going to jump in just a moment, but I did want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. If you are a tabletop Magic player, you can check out their site via my affiliate link down below, and they're going to help you with everything you need in your tabletop experience for Magic. And they got, if you're a local, they have the Mox Boarding House locations are doing Throne of Eldraine pre-releases that you can check out. There's some 21 plus Saturday evening pre-releases that I think I'm going to go do one of those. I think there's still seats there, and I'm excited about that. And you're going to be happy with your purchases you make from Card Kingdom. They're just a stand-up business that is looking to make you happy so that you come on back. So give them a try, and they will take care of you there. Thank you, Card Kingdom. I'm going to pop up some rares, then I'll take it to the Uncommons page, and then I'm going to take a slight break to make a tweet. A lot of blue. Hopefully these are good blue. I'll run through the rares, then I'll bring up the uncommons, and then make my little tweet. So, Stolen by the Fae, X blue blue. Return target creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand. You create X 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying. Yes, please. I think I would play this for X blue blue, make X 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying. Although it's not a great value, I suppose. It like 5 getting 3. It's not even that bad though. But this seems great. Like we're gonna make some flying tokens here. Gadwick the Wizened, X blue 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 for a 3/3. When Gadwick enters the battlefield, draw X cards. Whenever you cast a blue spell, tap target non-land permanent an opponent controls. So we have to be heavy blue, but then even we're happy with, at a hill giant. A hill giant that draws a card is already great. And then we go up from there. These two both are asking for some heavy blue commitment, especially Gadwick, but so far I'm in. Fae of Wishes. Oh yeah, this was the one that seemed a little more constructed-y, but honestly, 1 in a blue for a 1/4 flyer is already just kind of okay to play in a blue deck to set up your defense. And it has 1 in a blue, discard 2 cards, return Fae of Wishes to its owner's hand, so it's very difficult to kill. And then it has the old sorcery adventure attached. Granted, you may choose a non-creature card you own from outside the game, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So this actually has some. It has some application in terms of getting like color hosers and that kind of thing. But mostly, you're just going to play this more as like a common slash, a common level power level. And if you can get some extra value out of it, all good. In Constructed, it's kind of interesting because you can, by discarding 2 cards and returning it to your hand, you reset the ability to cast Granted. And so you kind of make up for some of that card disadvantage by being able to go fetch something from your sideboard, even if you, heck, get a card you can't cast and use it to save the Fae of Wishes or something. So yeah, that's Media has an idea. Use it to get land out of your sideboard, then return it and play an off-color card and Sealed. You can do something like that. You don't like tutors at 4? No. That's why I say the main value of this card is just that it's a 1/4 flyer for 2, and I wouldn't get too hype over tutoring from your sideboard. Oh, is it non-creature? Non-creature, yes. I didn't really quite process that, but yes, if you get a creature, it'd be much better. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Doom Foretold. This is a paralleled mirrored ability. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. If that player can't, they discard a card, they lose 2 life. You draw a card, you gain 2 life, you create but you can do this to yourself, right? They just... Oh, then you sacrifice. I see, I see. So it's like this happens until it goes off and you want it to... Yeah, I don't know about this one. You just have to make sure it's not you, right? If it I mean, you're still the you, so it's possible you have to discard a card and lose 2 life, but you'd still get the card gain 2, but that just doesn't do much. Yeah, I don't like... Seems like a lot of work for a small payoff. Well put, Frankie. Yeah, it seems like it, James. It can't be you because you'd sack Doom Foretold. Oh yeah, sure. You wouldn't let it happen to you. But what if you want... Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, probably not playing, because this one's not very good either. Because it uses it somewhat gives you 2 and them 1, but you're using a card to get it going, so I don't love that. And then Bone Crusher Giant, what do we got here? 4/3. Comes to target as a spell. Bone Crusher Giant deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. And it has Stomp, Instant, Adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Stomp deals 2 damage to any target. Whoa! That's awesome, right? Because the play, the sequencing here, of course, is... Ideally, maybe you're on the draw here, and they drop a 2-drop, and you untap, or heck, you can be on the play because you pass the turn. They play their 2-drop. It's something killable. You stomp it, and then you untap, and immediately play the Bone Crusher Giant. That's quite a sequence. That seems great. Whatever. I've moved on from that card. It hurts my head, and I don't want to think about it right now. Yeah, casual 3-for-1 that is executed by turn 3. My brain wasn't processing that card well, so I gave up on it. I'll look at it later when I'm not on the air. All right, now I'm going to look at... we're going to take a look at uncommons. And I'll go ahead and zoom in. You take a look at these. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to make a quick tweet. Because we're doing Throne of Eldraine. That's exciting. I should let people know. Almost. I swear I know how to type. Where's the pound symbol? There it is. Suddenly didn't know where the pound symbol was. Need elevator music for tweeting while streaming. All right, thank you. All right, we're back here. Let's see. We saw a lot of good blue in the rares. Let's see what else we've got here. I love the Foulmire Knight. That's a nice... we like the 1/1 Death Touch for 1 anyway, and the fact that you can get a card back out of it if you Profane Insight first is quite good. Fairy Vandal. Flash Flying. Whenever you draw your second card in each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Fairy Vandal. Yeah, we're going to try and make that a thing. I think we're playing blue for sure. The question is, what else are we doing? Spectre's Shriek target opponent reveals their hand. Oh yeah, that's one. Don't love it. Not gonna main it. Red Cap Melee. Red Cap Melee deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker if a non-red permanent. Yeah, even if it's non-red, you can't. We haven't done a red review yet, but I think this is strong. You just have to be careful about your curve if you're playing this. If you run this against non-red, and you're not going to know because it's best of 1. It's definitely main deckable. Just be careful about what your mana resources require of you. We have Burning Yard Trainer. 4 and a red for Trample Haste. When it enters the battlefield, another target knight you control gets +2/+2 and gains Trample and Haste. That seems okay. 3/3 isn't amazing for a 5 drop, but it is. Seems like it'll be fine in a aggro knight deck. Trouble is, aggro is so difficult in sealed. I don't know how good this is. Keeper of Fables. Oh, I like this one a lot. Whenever 1 or more non-human creatures you control deal a combat damage to a player, draw a card. That seems very strong. Beanstalk Giant, also strong and also nice in sealed. It looked like if we end up base green blue, we could probably work towards a splash depending on what other fixing we have in green. But this is a nice initial fixer in green, and it leads up to a potentially huge creature. Shine Chaser. This is partly blue. 1/1 Flying Vigilance gets +1/+1 as long as you control an artifact, and another +1/+1 as long as you control an enchantment. Seems a little too setup costy to justify, but we'll see. I don't think you're going to have enough to play this in limited. We've seen Wintermoor Commander in our sealed action on Wednesday, and solid, but also unlikely to be good in sealed, where you have to be pretty lucky to have kind of the curve out knight deck, but it's probably playable even just if you're in white-black, right? I mean, you're not going to not play it. I'm just saying it's not amazing in sealed over draft, because sealed's a little slower and less synergistic is the bottom line. You kind of are a half turn slower than draft, and you just don't have the synergy choices that you do when you draft. Elite Headhunter. This cycle of 4 hybrid mana uncommons is interesting. It really does ask you to be in that color pair. It's really tough to just, like, if we were blue-black or blue-red to play Elite Headhunter, especially since blue is asking a lot for us, unless it's like your main heavy color. Yeah, we'll do that after we look at these uncommons. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Elite Headhunter deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So this is nice, obviously, because when we see sacrifice an artifact in this format, it's a nod to food tokens being everywhere. So really, this kind of says to me, Menace, 3 mana, sacrifice food token, and deal 2 damage to a target creature or player. And then, all right, let's move to the next row. We've got Savvy Hunter. This proved pretty darn good for making those food tokens if you were in those colors. We have Grumgully the Generous. 3/3, each other non-human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. That's great for it's a 3/3 for 3, which is a baseline rate. You know, nothing to get super excited about, especially when it's gold like this, but making every subsequent creature a full +1/+1 counter bigger is nice. Another in the cycle of heavy cost uncommons, so we're probably not going to play. Witch's Oven. This is one I kind of ignored during sealed before, but I'll actually read it carefully now. So, sacrifice a creature. It's a 1 mana artifact. You can sacrifice a creature and create a food token. If the sacrificed creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead. Okay, so this isn't really playable unless you're doing food, right? Like, this has to be an engine that you're creating, and I guess there's a what's the infinite combo with this? Somebody was mentioning it. Anyway, if you have, there's some infinite combo with this, but it doesn't look like we have it because I think it was another artifact. Lucky Clover. Whenever you cast an adventure, instant, or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Build around constructed card. Not really what we're doing here. Black Cat. . Clockwork Servant. When Clockwork Servant, yeah, that's right. This is, we'll probably play this. It's fine. Usually you can get it to draw a card at some point. But maybe if it's at some point, it's not fine. This is probably okay as well. All right, that's our uncommons. Now let's look at commons by color. Fairy Guide Mother, a little bit more aggro. I don't know if we want it here. Flutterfox. Artifact or enchantment, Flutterfox has flying. Wow, that seems really strong to me given all the food, right? Feels like it's going to be flying a lot of the time, and 1 and a white for a 2/2 flyer is very good. Huh. That's a powerful bear right there. I had not seen this card before. Funny, we never, like, I played a lot of games on Wednesday, but never saw this card. Art style on this card or in this set? What up, Wujo? Welcome. Logan, how you doing? So that's an appealing card right there. Silver Flame Squire. We got a, oh, it's not a knight. Yeah, because they're a squire. They're not a knight yet. 2/1 for 2 on alert though. Instant adventure. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it. Yeah, these combat trick weenie combo adventures seem interesting. Although I would say, I think we're going to be in a lot of spots where, like, we look at a card like this and think, sweet, this is a 2-for-1. You get target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it. That's a fine spell. And then, hey, you get a creature afterwards. But, like, if this is in your opening hand and you have nothing else to do on turn 2, are you really... And you don't have any, you know, you're not going to, like, not cast this. So I just think we have to remember that a lot of times on these adventure cards in which the adventure is a combat trick on a cheap creature, you're not getting a 2-for-1 every time. You're often going to have the discipline to just play out a pretty boring creature on 2 because it's how you're curving out. Fortifying Provisions. Creatures you control get +0/+1. Create a food token. Yeah, that's... Oh, it's an enchantment. I thought it was like an instant. I don't think that's good enough. I don't think extra toughness on all your creatures is quite good enough to be worth this card in a food token. So I'm off that. Knight of the Keep, just a straight up boring knight. Bartered Cow. Hill Giant that makes food when it dies. Oh yeah, Lonesome Unicorn is a little better, I think, than like Youthful Knight, but still pretty clunky. You're getting 2 good things here at least. Like, this is a place where you are going to get the 2-for-1. It's just a clunky, expensive 2-for-1. This whole row seems, you know, this is, yeah, it's all right. This is all right. You know, a bunch of all right here. This is maybe a little better than all right. Prized grip, or at least I'm going to start on the assumption that it is. I think a 3/4 flyer for 5 is a nice spot in the power toughness curve. Now, I'm going to... I suppose if you need those for, like, combos or something, but it's not... It still doesn't seem worth a card to me, Prince, but maybe there's build-arounds there I'm not seeing. Oh, a little light on blue, but let's see. Hopefully it's good. Mantle of Tides. Equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+2. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, attach Mantle of Tides to target creature you control. Equip 3 is pretty oppressive, but if we can draw 2 often, this will be fine. Secret Keeper is the mill card that we're probably not going to be playing here unless we need self-mill. Here's Opt to support all of this stuff. I like this new Opt art. I hadn't seen that before. That's pretty cool. Good job, Dan Scott. So tiny. Enchantment Aura. Yeah, we'll play this. This is just like decent removal, effectively. Doesn't stop him from flying, though, so there's something to be considered about there. A Defender. Ah, yes. Wishful Merfolk. 3 and a 2 for a Defender. And it can lose Defender and become human until end of turn. Depends on... I think this is playable. Like, you're not super excited, but I think we're playing this. It's generally going to... It has the ability to trade up on defense, and then eventually it can contribute to an alpha or whatever. That's all right. Queen of Ice. We played this on Wednesday, and it's solid. So we're going to run that. Something about I keep seeing sleaze because you can spell sleaze in Steel Gaze, so this is the Sleazy Griffin, and I like it. All right, draw 3 cards. This is going to get us at least some of our triggers. Yeah, that's some sweet art. You're right. Good job, JP. So it looks like we have decent support for what we're up to in blue. I don't know if we control an artifact or enchantment. We'll probably run this. I think there's enough incidental food and stuff that this is probably going to be playable, if not great. Black was also pretty appealing. Let's see if we get support in the commons. Forever Young is good. Skewer whatever. Noble is good. Reef Soul is great. Swordmaster is good to great. Playable Paladin. Theft, probably playable and sealed. Festive Funeral, really rough removal, but given the lack of it here, if we played black, we would run this. Barrow Witches. Enter the battlefield, return target. Oh yeah, so we got to check our night. Let's check our night count now. I'm going to do this, and we'll take a look at night. See where our knights are. Oh, I went all rarities, though. So here's our everything that says knight on it. We do have this knight, Death Touch Knight. These 2 are knights. That's it. Yeah. I don't know if we're playing all 3 Barrow Witches. We play at least 1, maybe more, depending. No blue knights, though, is the thing. So there are your knights. Maybe there's a red black knight build in here we should look at. Oh no, Mama's having technical difficulties. Also, okay, I'm basically out of your way. Kind of out of your way. Here, I'll go to, I think deck building will be better, though. It covers up 1 card no matter where I go, basically. All right, where we were looking at commons. Sorry, it's a rough process, a long process, but you know, I mean, this is how I do it. Like, if we're gonna make the correct deck, like this is why I was playing so quickly on Wednesday, because it's just wanted to get it in play. But now gems are on the line, and we got to do this right. Barge in. Only on attacking. That's a big drawback for red pump spells when they only deal with attackers, but not necessarily unplayable. Second card, tech here, but not for much value. Crystal Slipper. I don't know if this is... Typically, this stuff hasn't been worth a card. It's just tough to fill these in, to fit this into your deck, but we might. I don't want to run 2 flings, I don't think, but... Rimrock Knight seems okay in aggro, especially aggro knights. Maybe we need to look at aggro knights, because this is not really playable, though, I think. Paladin. Yeah, that's also whatever. A lot of whatever. Searing Barrage is good, though. Yeah, let's check the green. Green may let us splash, so let's see what's in the green. We got Insatiable Appetite. Good pump spell. I like the Marleaf Rider. This is a 3-1 for 2 I can get behind, because you can pretty reliably... Like, one thing to note on this card that I didn't call out in the green set review, or just really be explicit about, is that typically we've seen this ability be something like Sacrifice of Food, Marleaf Rider must be blocked this turn if able, right? That's not good, because that gives your opponent all the choice on how to block it. But the fact that this says, no, that thing with 3 toughness blocks the Marleaf Rider, makes this a 3-1 that can convert into a quasi-removal spell with some food and some non-interference from your opponent. So I like that a lot. Rosethorn Acolyte. Ah, look at that. So we can really do it all. We got 2 Rosethorn Acolytes and that uncommon Beanstalk Giant or whatever. So I think we're probably... Are we like green, blue splashing stuff? Because like this is good too. This is unexciting but solid. I don't know about 5 color, but we can certainly do. I think with three fix any colors, we can play green and do whatever we want. So let's start. Let's assume that actually. Let's go. I'm gonna go reset the filters and take a look at green blue as a starting point. Opt, Fairy Vandal. We're playing the Fae, even though it's not great. We play that. We play that. We're gonna play that. Yes, yes, yes. I'll put Appetite in for now, but we may have too much pump. We're definitely playing both of these and this. This is pretty boring, but this is where I want to use my pump. Yeah, I like this as a. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, I missed it, but we're not gone forever here. Oh, there you go. I also think we're doing this and this and this and this and this. We can splash Grumgully pretty easily. Out Muscle is good enough. Man, we can play anything we want, but we're already almost full. Let's yeah, the Fables. Oh wait, which one are you talking about? We do have some instant speed, but only like in Opt. I think that's kind of the only one. My win condition is a bunch of fairies in the air, a bunch of big stuff on the ground. But let's see what else we could potentially run in here on a splash. What do we like on a possible splash? Like a Reeve Soul, a Forever Young. Could do Festive Funeral, but that seems loose. Savvy Hunter, good call. Yeah, let's look at, actually, let's just look at gold for a second. And that Savvy Hunter. Don't see, like, I don't think we're running that. Could even play this. We're never getting the adamant here. How are we splashing? We have a Beanstalk Giant, and we have 2 Rosethorn Acolytes. I haven't looked at our land. Let's check that for a second. Oh yeah, I have to go in here to tell it not basics. Was that the play? We have Dwarven Mine and Idyllic Range. All right, so nothing really super relevant there. I'm going to go back to look at uncommons, see if there were any powerful uncommon splashes that we should be remembering. Not really. I think maybe this is pretty close. Yokel Hops, the fixing is all 5 color. Like, unless we're, like, depending on what lands we're trying to play to support the splash, everything we're doing to support the splash taps for 5 color anyway. Food synergies for Oven. Not... I don't think we have enough to do that. Like, I don't know what we're trying to accomplish with the Oven in this case. No, I would Hodder. I would not do Mastery again, and I would just wait. You don't have, like, wait till the end of the season and decide if it's worth it for you then. Prized Griffin, interesting. I don't know if You want to see colorless? Okay. We got the Carriage, Clockwork Servant. These are really the only two I would consider. Yeah, good call. Maybe the Giant is worth giving a try here. Be a little bit greedy. Although, yeah, the uncommons were I was looking for the power level. That's all. I just felt like, yeah, is the Carriage that good, though? Raptor updated his Mastery Pass calculator. Sweet. For those of you who missed that link there from Raptor, I want to share it. This will help you figure out whether you want this Mastery Pass or not. Thank you, Raptor, for all your contributions. I don't know yet. I haven't really dug in, but that's a good question. Were there any major changes to this Mastery Pass? I would ask Raptor that, who did the spreadsheet. Is this really worth it on a splash, though? It does deal damage. Yeah. I mean, I think this is worth a splash. I think what if we did, this just gives like 4, we need a Swamp and a Mountain to be able to Beanstalk Giant. And I lied. I was saying that all of our fixing was 5 color. Really, Beanstalk Giant isn't, because you have to go and get one of the 2, right? So one approach here would be to only splash the red or the black instead of both. There it is. Clover seems a little sketchy here. We have some, but like this one, I don't even care about the adventure. We got a couple of these. We're talking about splashing that. And then let's see, we got 8, 9, 10, 16, like, oh no, I wanted to go. Is that crazy? Thanks, Fiddles. Yeah, that's true. We can just get, yeah, maybe we'll leave the carriage in the sideboard and go get it with Wishful Murph. No, Wish. I saw Wishes and assumed Fae of Wishes. See. Now then, this mana. I think we need more blue than this, especially with this dude. So can't do that. Gotta have at least this. And then we are questioning whether we should be doing this at all. Yeah, the black is just okay, right? Maybe keep the Savvy Hunter, but not even play a Swamp. Or maybe we cut the Savvy Hunter too. Kind of dig this Bone Crusher Giant as removal, and this just feels like it's going to be great. Like, I just want to do Grum Goalie into Stolen by the Fae. So, yeah. How about, yeah, let's play the one, let's do this. I'm going to do this. We're going to lighten our black splash, because we only have the 2 sources for it now. Maybe that's not worth it. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the black splash, because then we're talking about doing, although this is, this is strong. Yeah, we could add that back, red cap. Good call. The Fae can fetch land. Does that mean we need to, like, we should put basics in the sideboard, just in case that's a thing? How do we do, is that possible? I wonder, that's interesting. I wonder if when we use Fae of Wishes, if we get basic lands. If not, they need to fix that, because that's just part of the power of this card. So this looks okay. There was a... I am kind of down on the Wolf's Quarry without caring about going wide or gaining food. And there's a lot of incidental food, right? Don't we have food in here? Maybe I've cut all the food. Because yeah, if we're really down on food, there's a food token maker. 1. Yeah, maybe we're down on food too much to want to run the rider. Good call. Or we can put in the Wolf's Quarry, but these are out. Let's put one of these in. I think this is fine. Fling is okay, but I don't think we need to splash it. Like, you really want to splash Fling? I think this is a solid place to start. Maybe even go 8-8 on these. Like, although we have enough fixing that I feel like we can get Gadwick going without more. Yeah, it's fine. I like it this way. Yeah, let's try it. All right, so we're gonna call this. I want to look at my numbers, though. Yeah, that's good. 16-7. We are... It's all about these acolytes. Rose Thorn. Every rose have a... Every rose... I'm going to go with every rose and get on it. All right, let's play. I'll update my data here. Looks like it's all messed up. Battlefield right. We'll try. Thank you for your patience during deck building. I hope that was interesting. I know sealed deck building can be a little slow, but it's a tough process, right? I mean, it's a tough, slow process. Funny how now I want to save opt for our card draw stuff. We're going to keep this, but I am actually going to save the opt. Hey, Mensch. This we call this Every Rose because we're running a couple of Rose Thorn Acolytes that are behind our splash here. And I can't give you par at the beginning, first day of a set. You tell me what par is. Yeah, I have my voting. Let's see. Trouble is, I know we use a lot of. I do a lot of 3.5 type par, but here you guys can vote on par. Insatiable Appetite. Oh, we should probably find a better card than that. I'm kind of sad that's in the deck. Let's just go with Wishful Merfolk here, though. Looks like par is 3.5. I'll take it. That seems fair. Well, I'm not going to bother with the adventure here. We're just going to cast our Acolyte. Yeah, good call, Yokelhops. I believe that is correct. Like, this is just a better pump option than this, especially with our low food deck. So let's keep that in mind. Well, I guess we just power out this. Let's get some blue. Well, I was just gonna snap do that because it's so appealing, but we do have. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I am gonna do that because I'm not happy with either mode of this right now. So let's just get some cards. Do we have... Okay, we can cast that and we want it. Let's put that on top. Let's bin this island and then think about this Fae. Do we want the Fae? What does that do for us? I don't think the Fae is that good here for us. I'm just going to move this to the bottom. Boy, you like keeping that Fae? I gotta say, the Unexplained Vision on the stack was doing the whole madness thing from RNA. You know, the sound effect was a little bit rough on my ears there. That's true, War Furnace. Good call. Yeah, although we can't get Savvy Hunter because it's a creature. So any creature you're talking about going and getting is not quite there. But I think you're right. Yeah, I regret that now. I was thinking more of its impact as a 1/4 and not really thinking about the adventure side of it. But we could go and get some reasonable sideboard cards. So I think Fae's actually, with that turn having happened now, I think, yeah, it's a lot better than I was thinking it was. Good call. Can't get a big boy, but we can get Big Burn, you know, that kind of thing. You can get Reeve Soul. That's the kind of thing. Yeah, in Sealed, it just has so many options. It's an interesting situation. Didn't even look at what we drew, which is like nothing but land. Kind of funny. I'm going to say no blocks here. We have Pump that we want to use, so if they're willing to attack in. Oh yeah, let's get rid of this Knight before that's a problem, huh? Hey, Brian. I assume Collector's Edition art is not in Arena booster packs. Yeah, probably not, James. That's the kind of thing that for Arena they would do as a promotion, not as a pack in packs, I think. But you never know exactly how they're going to handle that stuff. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 available. We're going to use 3 on the Bone Crusher and maybe... Yeah, we'll probably do this on the attack back, but let's start with Bone Crushing on the Worthy Knight before that starts making tokens. And now we're gonna pass. Maybe I'm being silly with this opt. This is gonna be interesting. Like before it was just opt whenever you can. Now I'm kind of like clinging to this notion that I'm gonna get second draw of the turn value out of it, but maybe it's just costing me win percentage because I'm not digging deeper into my deck for things that are going to help us right now. Any thoughts there? What do you think? Should I just be opting and finding action, or are we just happy to take it slow here? Steadfast Queen, Vigilance. Whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Okay. Yeah, we're not under pressure, but like we could be pressuring them, right? You know, that's one reason to think about it. All right, we're gonna block here. Try to take out this merchant. with the Carver. It's similar, yeah. That's exactly what we're talking about, Mensch. Like, just what's the decision that increases our gem EV the best, ultimately? Well, we're out of plays, right? So I could do it right now. Are we doing it right now? All right, I'll opt. Why not? The vote, why not, is because we have things that get better when you draw a second card on a turn. So tiny. That's removal enough to keep. And it's flash. Hey, there you go. See, this was like a little reward that we would have gotten for keeping opt. Of course, we wouldn't have this in our hand right now if we hadn't opted, so there you go. We're gonna go Bone Crusher. And I like Bone Crusher and Carver here. Just trying to use all our mana and then get a place where we have these two tricks ready. Which art fiddles? So much great art in this set, it's hard to know what people are talking about when they say that. The Sleazy Griffin. All right, what did Oppo do? They made a Lonesome Unicorn. All right. Well, we've got 2 combat tricks, so, and a lot of mana. We're going to start applying pressure. One, two, three, four, 5. And I'm trying to decide if we're attacking with the Acolyte or leaving it back for mana. We have 6 if we have the Acolyte, and that allows us to Steel Gaze and So Tiny, so I'm going to leave the Acolyte back. Because this allows us to So Tiny and Griffin. Yeah, everybody got a gazillion starter decks. We didn't see it on stream because I logged in before I started the stream and got the decks, but yeah. Oh my god, Unexplained Visions. Even though it drew us 3 lands, it dug us out of a 3-land draw that we were about to experience and gave us a nice scry after that. Yeah, definitely important. There were no Eldraine cards in those decks, Norbert? I figured there'd be some Eldraine in there. Enchant creature without flying. Enchant creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Well, does that even matter? Let's see. I mean, they're getting our some of our fixing here. I'm just trying to decide if we So Tiny right now, and if so, where. I guess I'll do this now. Although it doesn't even matter. I'm going to wait and use it as an instant. I think it'll be better as a instant combat trick, and I don't really care. Yeah, they're trying to go aggro back at us. All right, fair enough. I'm surprised they didn't block, but this is a pretty powerful attack. I'm not going to lie. But we do have a good block, at least on 1. We're going to take 10 here and go to 6, and then assess the situation after that. They have just a couple cards in their yard, 3. But what would that do? The only question was, are we going to cast it or not? Floating the blue would actually be bad, because then they transition into combat, and then it goes away. Like, I don't think it was a punt at all not to float the blue. Getting a little floody here. And now, what are we doing? Let's see. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And they would have to do some blocking, but then they have a good crackback. So I'm just going to send in the Steel Gaze, and we'll play D. Argument that we shouldn't even send the Steel Gaze, but I think we have enough removal going on here that I do want to continue to apply some pressure in the air. We'll see you, Yokel Hops. Because hopefully Appetite lets us eat something, and so Tiny could let something go unblocked and not hurt us too much. Another Trapped in the Tower. Okay, well, they take a little damage from this. And they may think they have an alpha here, or close to it, but we do have good tricks, decent tricks. All right, so we're going to try to so Tiny the Yard Trainer and kill that, and trade this off for the Unicorn and just accept 2 for right now. Kind of like that. Or, I mean, we can pump and eat here. Basically, the question is, do we want to just try and trade and shrink? Because that's the other thing. We could block the 2/2 and trade with it, pump and kill the Unicorn, and then just shrink the Yard Trainer. Block, activate the Merfolk. What does that matter? I don't understand. Why do you want to activate the Merfolk? I think I will do this block, and then we'll figure out where to Tiny. Yeah, we could throw Tiny there, I suppose. Definitely doing this. And I don't know which is the right place to throw this. We either get to do this and then just trade with this next chime, basically. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it here. I think the Unicorn is the right place for it. Allows the Merfolk to win combat, still kill the Unicorn, and then we can trade for the Knight next time if we want. All right. Well, that's nice. They got a card drawback, but at least they still trade. And it's with our defender, too, so I don't hate it. Well, we got plenty of land to sack, but they have nullified our fixing for right now, so this is a bit of a dead card. But we're also stable, so we're just going to keep everything back now and hope that this wasn't action and the top of their library doesn't contain action. That's a big game for them to get a counter here. Just enough to take us from stable to unstable. Although if they throw it on Linden, we double block. If they throw it on here, we still have a good block, or at least a bounce block. So I'm still not worried. It depends, you know, if this is something good, then we could be in trouble. But they still don't have a great attack here because we get to block, and it's a 1-for-1. Well, that sucks because Oppo just drew perfect, right? Like, come on. It's a little bit off-putting, one might say. I mean, we were in a completely stable spot, and they had the 2 perfect cards to just wreck us. That's pretty disappointing. I'd be table flipping if I weren't on stream, to be honest. That was awful. We were completely stable, and they had perfect to wreck us. Come on. All right. Wow. Well, I haven't said anything's weak in this set, but frankly, I was not impressed with the cards that beat us there, but especially in sealed. I think they just got quite lucky with their tops of their library there, but we've been lucky too. I don't want to sound like I'm too bitter. It's just a tough kick in the groin to take there, but that's Magic. Daily quests are frozen. Oh boy, we're in the let's see what bugs they launched with. First sealed, yeah. This is sealed. No draft yet for the new set, so we're sealing. Well, I think with these we're gonna keep. We need 1 green, and then it unlocks this, and you know this is gonna trigger this and stuff. So we're gonna keep. I don't know if we have bombs. We just have good fixing here, and I guess we have there's a rare blue card we have. Well, this is one of our really good cards. Looks like we'll get some cards off of that hopefully today. Not gonna mess around on trying to worry about Granted. We're just gonna get the Fey of Wishes down for some blocking, and hopefully eventually some card drawing. Yeah, Gadwick, and then we have blue X, make X 1/1 flying fairy tokens and bounce a creature with a CMC or power of X or something. Anyway, really nice blue X spell that we also have. Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Really need, just, come on, give us a forest, please, deck. 1 forest would be excellent. Seriously, deck? Come on now. Not going to play Gadwick here. We're going to try and get at least 1 more land and get a card out of this. Yeah, Krauser. 3-color deck with good fixing in green. I think Rosethorn Acolyte is going to be a critical sealed card in terms of enabling extending into 3 colors. Or more. I mean, it taps for anything. Hey, East. Good time zone to you. Thanks for joining. Oh, come on, deck. Not only no green, like no land. Magic. Oh, we love you, Magic. Magic. Do we play this? Let's see. If we play this, I'm going to give it 1 more turn here. We're not under a lot of pressure. So I'm happy. Well, let's see. if we block, we're trading for a trick or the ogre. I'm down for that trade. We could even bring back Fae of Wishes if we thought it mattered. But let's try and kill the ogre. Or trade for a trick. Trick could 2-for-1 us, but we're also stuck on 3, so I'm less inclined to be conservative in terms of what I'm playing around when I'm in a spot where, yeah, this is okay. So, well, it's half okay, right? Like, it's still a trade for the... Oh, yeah, this is fine. Like, what does that even do? They gotta do something else. That basically did... I was thinking that made it a kind of 2.5, a 1.5 for 1, but it really didn't do anything. That was fine for us. Yeah, sure. I guess they got the Fae instead of the Merfolk, but that's fine too. Just want a forest off the top. That would be fantastic. Whoa. Yeah, okay. They're aware. I just want to play. It's not on me, right? Is this a tribal set? It has elements of tribal, as most sets do, but I would not call it a tribal set, no. Ixalan, for example, was a tribal set. This has elements of tribal. Green! Yay! We get to play Magic, everybody! Yay, Magic! Should we just play Gadwick and draw a card, or just play the Rosethorn Acolyte, see if it lives? Kind of like Rosethorn Acolyte. And see if we can get even more value out of good old Gadwick. Hunt the Weak on their fixing is interesting too. Yeah, we'll be pretty sad if they take out our Acolyte, but we have the green now at least to outmuscle and draw off Gadwick, and any land lets us Steel Gaze. Hey, we have that guy, and we can red cap it without penalty. So we're going to do that for sure sometime soon. Or we outmuscle it. You know, we can even outmuscle, right? Put it on here and it fights. Another island. I suppose we should melee it because it's penalty free. And yeah, we can outmuscle something else. I agree. And I'm going to do this now before they untap and can play anything else. Rosethorn is our big fixer. And actually now I'm just going to play the Griffin. Nice big dude on the board, good blocker, and then we set up the ability to play Keeper and attack with the Griffin and draw, or out Muscle, or Gadwick. There's a lot of ways we can go from the untap here. Yeah, we could have gone after the Acolyte. I get that, but I think this was a more important target. And we can, and depending on what they do here, we could go after the Acolyte with out Muscle. But I did like playing the Griffin first. I mean, how crazy, what else? Why do we think it's crazy greedy? How is it any crazy greedier than ours? I don't want to make this trade because we're currently threatening to trade here, although we're going to make a 4-5. Actually, I'm fine with this trade. I take it back. I like this just because we're about to get bigger than this anyway, although, I take it back. We'll keep that around. Aha, this is one of our draws into blue. We have 6 mana. We could bounce their Merfolk and let's go with... I will go ahead and kill their Acolyte now because we don't have a really good Fable turn. We'll do that next time. And so I'm going to out-muscle and do this and this. And then we'll just take it easy for a turn. Yeah, sure. I'll try and remember this is a new set, and especially because YouTube doesn't get to... Let's see, I'm in a good spot. Let's see, I want to be on... I'm going to do this. I'm going to hide over here like this, and then this gives me the ability... Oh, I want to take off this creator tag, though. I am not sponsored by WotC today. All right. Unfortunately, we couldn't, like, interact with that, but we'll probably steal this from the Fae. We're at 16. This is all fine. We only have the 1 attack here anyway. All right, we can work with that too. If we do this, we can't do this. Do we want to do this? Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do Fables here. They're down to 1 card. Let's play Keeper of Fables and see if a 4/5 just gums up this board and kind of puts a stop on the action. Well, what do you want? Let's see. I can put chat up here. But then it's going to be in the way of cards. You can put chat, maybe chat down here. Then you can't see the graveyard. Where do you think chat should be, chat? Up here? That good? So let's see, they just cast this. See, that's the problem. Chat there. Well, I guess you get to see the rules text, which is the most important thing in terms of zooming in. Anyway, all right, I'm losing my thread here. We're on my turn. What's this? This, 1, 2, 3. So we have 7, and this is 4. Did they get... Wow. Got all the owls. All right, I'm going to Gadwick for a bunch of cards then. Because these flyers need to be solved. Stolen by the Fae can target our own stuff. So we could send Gadwick back and redraw. Or we can send Keeper back and make a bunch of Fae. But these flyers are real, so we got to figure this out, or we're going to die to flyers. So probably, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can bounce up to a 6 mana thing, and it's not instant. The flyers are artifacts. We don't have artifact hate, do we? I don't think so. Do we have to vision here, or do we have to Fae here? Yeah, it must be equal. We don't just get to make extra. That's why I'm considering carefully what we do this with. Yeah, but bouncing the Merfolk doesn't make a lot of 1/1s. Bouncing the Merfolk makes 2 1/1s. Okay, so we're at 0 here. I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna Stolen by the Fae, the Keeper, so that we can. This is an instant, so this kind of helps us. I'm gonna go Stolen by the Fae on our own Keeper, which seems weird, but what I want is. And then we'll tap this, I guess. I want a bunch of flyers. Oh, I could have. Yeah, we now we have. Don't have anything else to do here though, so we're just gonna see if we can trade for one of these owls and then use Bone Crusher plus another one to get another owl. Interesting. What's this? Okay. And then down here, I think we go Gadwick, Merfolk. Gadwick, you did good work, but I have a new job for you. This is going to be... If they have a trick, we're in trouble, but we're also up against it enough against these flyers that I can't really play around a trick right now. A little bit. Like, I guess we could put this on the dwarf, but we do need... I guess we have another Acolyte too. Okay, well, we can do this. I didn't want to lose access to red mana, but that's a fair point. And then maybe we can even do this instead. Keep our 3/3. Let's do it this way. Again, we still get wrecked by Teen Pump and... Oh, okay. No action from Oppo. That's great for us. Wow. All right, well, now we're going to Queen of Ice. Got a lot of stuff to do here. We do have another Acolyte. That's also why I decided I was willing to risk it, but I also, you know, it's a 3/4. I wanted to keep that on the board. Now maybe Keeper and Queen. Let's, whoa. No. Let's go like this. On here. And then I'm going to go Keeper. Well, they had some advantage and then decided that was enough? That's weird, Oppo. You're at 20! But we did have a big advantage. I think we were favored there. I'm just... That felt like a... early scoop, but we see that all the time. How many times do we see early scoops on this stream? Like twice an event? Shame Scoop. They didn't really do anything shameful right there. I mean, yeah, who knows? Mom Scoop. Emergency Scoop. We never know exactly why an opponent is scooping, but the 99% case is they think they're going to lose this game. Let's face it. Good luck with that, East. All right, I like this a lot. I know, I'm kidding. I know you're kidding. Curious Pair. Make some food. That hand like the hand we're looking at now, Hat? Or last game? And here we are again with Opt. I'm going to wait on Opt again because we have stuff to do. Ooh, this is actually pretty nice with Twin Veil. Make this a 3/6 flyer. I'm in. Of course, it makes bouncing it to hand a little less desirable, but wasn't going to do that much of that anyway. Hey, look. I kept the Opt, and we got paid. So we're going to do this. We're going to Opt right now. And we'll keep that. Maybe we just put more on the Vandal instead so that we can bring Fae of Wishes back if we need to. I'm not sure we ever will. I guess we could Unexplained Visions a bunch. Yeah, it's flash flying. I could have flashed it in, but I then couldn't have gotten the Opt bonus. Well, I'm going to wait on Beanstalk Giant adventure and just do the Treefolk adventure. Especially because Coast is clear. All eggs in one basket. Or, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and diversify our threats. I doubt we're going to want to really bring the Fae of Wishes back anyway. So let's diversify instead of going all eggs on the Vandal basket. No, this is an uncommon. Although it looks like we would have dodged this removal if we hadn't done that. I should show more cards. Like, here's our hand. This has been very good for a common. I mean, draw 3. We haven't really seen draw 3 like that at common. Draw 3 for 5 it has typically been uncommon. We have that one. We have that one. And, of course, this one. Play that. We're going to attack here. It's not always good, though. Sometimes it's too clunky, sir. But it's going to be... You're right that it's going to be good. But it can be a lot less good than you think in some formats, is all I'm saying. We're going to go... This is a time where the fact that it enters untapped is actually really nice, because we get to do this sequence. Adventure Innkeeper. Great flavor, by the way. What do you do in D&D before you go on your adventure? Well, you go to the inn. Well, let's just get beefy, huh? Although we could go beefy and fey. Although we can also adventure now. Maybe we should just... That's cool. We're going to adventure. Yeah, nice of them to bounce our adventure, right, Media? But I think we can wait. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if we get 9, we get adventure plus vision. So let's see if we can wait a turn and do that. And then in this case, so then we'll go with the 7. What's in the sideboard? Like a bunch of stuff. We were talking about how this card is much better in sealed because you just have so much more going on in your sideboard. All right, our big dude got baked into a pie. You know that's going to happen sometimes, but I like where we're headed here in terms of Value Town. Just trying to figure out if we want to Vision first or Fey first. Let's Fey first and see what's going on in the sideboard. See, I'm curious how this looks. Show me basics. Oh, they didn't do it. WotC, you got to put basics in people's sideboards. You're not giving me everything I could possibly get out of this card. Now, what are we even getting? We can get the carriage. I should have I should have looked at... This is hard. This is hard. No, you couldn't. I don't even know what we're doing here. We got to find something. We tried. We could not figure out a way to add basics. How about Forever Young? And then I'm going to go Unexplained Visions here. They get an attack here or whatever, but we're not under that much pressure. I guess we didn't see the golden eggs. How did we miss that? Maybe we were looking at uncommon or colorless when... Boy, I looked away for a second and suddenly we are under pressure. Okay. How did... Oh, it's because of this. Gotcha. Well, if we can just make some food... We don't have a lot of food. But hopefully we can find a way to bounce this dude. Maybe we need to go get food making, or just get the Beanstalk Giant back and be pretty happy about casting that. It's going to be bigger than this. So I think I like Beanstalk, getting that Beanstalk Giant back. Also just have to make some choices here. I don't know if we want that back on top. Yeah, because it blocks those flyers. So we'll do this and this. I'm going to put it like this. And then make a 9/9. Hope it holds up. And we even have... is this instant? Yeah, it's an instant. So we have a red cap available to us, which we'll wait for mid-combat potential. Although probably should have just picked off the adversary while they were tapped out. See if we get it. And we'll sack an island. Although we do have island spell. Still, we're fine on lands here. Oh no, we made our giant smaller. Why do I feel like they've drawn... What, they have just more cards? I guess we have a ton of land. Maybe they're outdoing us on land versus spells. This is flash flying. I'm not going to really draw 2 here. I like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana available, so we can do this and this. I think we definitely need to get this Fae up in the air. It's probably just bird sounds. You know, they just have a suite of bird sounds they use there. And then we can go... I guess we can actually create 2 pretty big flyers, and that's... Let's do that. Let's do this and have the Vandal ready. Bell of the Brawl. Don't you want to keep the can also bring other back to your hand? I'm not sure what you're asking. Like, can you reformat that question, Logan? Nice to have some combat tricks here. I think we'll hold land now so we can do some more wishing. And we can Tree Folk and have this combat trick ready. So I'm going to do that. And I think Steel Gazer can get in there. We have 2 flyer blockers for their Fae. They have no reach, so let's start trying to get them to 0. Could even argue to attack with the Fae of Wishes as well, but that has a block here that they have pretty easily, so we'd be using like the pump spell there. I like just the one. It's pretty difficult in just that, you know, it's a lot of new cards to take in. I think we saw the direction pretty clearly. It's just a process, right? So maybe it's not that it was difficult. It was just deliberate and quite a process. All right. They are really going to gain a lot of life with this Goose. This is crazy. Just basically, this is like 3 mana, 3 life a turn at this point. Now that's some food. I think maybe we do try and get him to block with the Fae of Wishes, actually. Let's attack with this next time. Or maybe even attack with everything and see what they do. They might double block the Vandal. Ah, food token! Yay! We can't follow up the Scavengers, though, and the food token doesn't actually do anything else for any... So we don't need to play this yet. But I am going to try and get this Goose to go away. We'll see if they block. Because now it just looks like, oh boy, if they put both Fae in front of the Vandal, we may have to let them get a half and a 1 for 1. But that's good. I thought they probably wouldn't try to put the Vandal there, and I'm very happy to get rid of this, or to try to get rid of this Goose. Hey, Richard. Well, I believe Raptor has the answer to your question. I haven't assessed the new value of the Mastery Pass, but Raptor did a whole new spreadsheet on it, and I believe it's the same deal. Yeah, it was a little loosey-goosey of Oppo to block there just because the Goose was worth so much life, they practically didn't need to do that. We can get both the Witch Stalker and the Carver here, though. And then next turn we have Scavengers activated. Oh, it's more. Sorry, I thought that was a 3-mana spell. Never mind. We're feeling pretty good and stable and everything, but it's only because of this Beanstalk Giant. Like, we gotta watch out. But although we're gonna bounce their 7/7 soon, so that should be nice. This format makes me hungry. Oof. We had big plans for this Scavengers. No more. Still, we are still the ones in the driver's seat here. And again, we're going to hold on to land now and try to bounce our Wishes Fae back, and then get some value from the sideboard. We do have a lot of good cards in the sideboard. Yeah, 4/5, no joke. I'm pretty high on this card for sealed, especially. And they get to draw off of that. This is a... They only got one card on the discard, but it was nearly a 4-for-1 there from Oppo. All right, Bone Crusher allows us to deal 2 damage at instant speed. And we have... So I think we need to actually hold back now and try to take out the Reaper with a combo block with our flyers. It's unfortunate just because we're probably going to lose. We're going to lose our Steel Gaze, but this Reaper's a problem. Yeah, it has the triple falter, but not a mass falter that we saw. They are at 15 cards in library to our 17. Or we could, let's see. Yeah, we're going to do this and assume, I don't want to put the Vandal at risk. Although I don't think they'll go for the Vandal. We could. That doesn't matter. The Vandal's pretty expendable anyway. Maybe they'll kill it. We'll just do this. Right. Resonator calls out that the presence of food really makes this a grindy format almost inherently. Sure. Pat demonstrating his readiness for fatherhood. I don't even know if you're a dad, but you've demonstrated your readiness. I'm going to bring this back. Oh, wait. And then let's go on another adventure. I don't even know what we're getting. Let's go find it. Wolf's Quarry might not be bad right now, although it still doesn't do too much, right? Mantle of Tides. Searing Barrage, just some removal would be fine. Yeah, we have 3 golden eggs. I don't know if we just missed them in the filter, but these are playable. Fling, Spectre Shriek, tall as a beanstalk. Could make a big flyer. Almost just want tall as a beanstalk to make a big flyer. Oh, we can fling the giant. Right, let's do that. Good call. Just missed it. But doesn't win. They have too much. Well, they have, yeah, they have too much life. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten the fling, but I had to make a call of some kind there. Not the worst. Not lethal, but good to have available, right? And to that extent, I'm going to not... Well, I'm going to cast the giant. I think with without the rope, I would have thought through some of our sideboard options more. Maybe there was a better one. It's 2 mana. 2 mana to gain 3, so they were safe. James, what's a good luck have fun pledge? Yeah, it is, Mama, but like a lot of crazy board states, it actually just ends up boiling down to, oh, only 2 creatures here matter, or whatever. I'll continue to keep land. And I'm not going to attack with a Vandal. I'm going to play the Fae and pass. Right now, they're at 14 cards to our 15, so we got to be careful. Yeah, I kind of like getting the enchantment next time. Just make a big flyer. Seems like it'll be good here. Nothing else going. The flyers seem like the only thing that matter right now. Yeah, we do have another fling, and we have 2 red sources, so maybe we can double fling. 6 and 8, 14, even 14 is doable, like, because they get to sacrifice this, so they're at a virtual, they're at a virtual 16 right now. Uh-oh. You know what that means. Means they think they have a way to win combat here, which makes me less excited about the Beanstalk Giant, although we can always hurl the Beanstalk Giant back at the 7/7 in response, so I think we do have to block. And if they do something here, we respond by flinging the Giant right at the 7/7 and just call that a trade. Or, hold on, go away. It's a 7/7. Yeah, we don't have anything else to fling at it. But yeah, this is what we said we would do, so we're going to do it. Boy, if they got another trick, well played, Oppo. Face isn't lethal, though. Yeah, they knew we had that. It also cost them the 3-2 side of this, for whatever that matters on this crazy board. Oh, we want to take this out, actually. We should adjust this deck afterwards to the point that actually let's... I'm going to ditch it for the Fey Wish again. Maybe I should... I kind of moved into... I was thinking we would attack and then do it, but I could have done it and then attacked with the big one. Oh, hold on. I keep overpaying for that. Because I'm thinking about the adventure. Library, 13 to 14. I'm going to go for Big Flyer. We can't cast it yet, though, so let's replay the Fae. Oh, good question. I don't know, but it's making me really think that we need to identify our good Fae targets so we're ready for that in the future. Well, we're in a spot again where they're challenging us, and I'm just going to put the 1. I'll offer the trade here for creature or trick. Yeah, good point. Yeah, we'll go rethink things. Although I don't know even how we're going to fit all the... maybe I should have kept that for more Fae tricks. It's not really that great as a 3-2 on the ground at this point, but it is a creature, so... And it's not that bold. They're at a virtual 11, remember. Can't fetch creatures with Fae. Can I activate the Fae on their turn? Yeah. But I don't have 2 cards to discard. All right. Putting us to some tests here. And we got to answer. So we're going to go Bone Crusher here. We're going to try to double block here, although I guess we should, let's see, 3. Yeah, unfortunately that's like a 2 for 2. Maybe I need to do, actually I'm going to do it this way. We don't need the mana as much from the oh, I can't block with that though, of course. We can block here though, and here, here, and then this needs a partner over here though, right? So we go, let's put this back here and this back here. Unfortunately, it's a 2 for 1 for them on this this pair of blocks, but I think it's what we got to do. And then this has got to go here. Unless we bring the Carver, I guess we would rather, if we're going to 2 for 1 ourselves, let's do it like this. Keep the keep this. Take 5 off their 5/4 and get it next turn. Anyway, I can't check chat. I'm just gonna go with this. I like this block. Well, that simplifies things, doesn't it? And at 11 to 6, I guess they have... We'd only be a 2 for 1 if we attacked and they blocked with a bunch. Is it worth popping the food? Why? We just want to pop it because it's there? I don't want to just pop it because it's there. We got the mana. This is real. You know, they're getting... They can fight their way out of this with their card draw. Maybe I should be attacking with Witch Stalker and accept big trades there. Still at 12 to their 9 now. More food for Oppo. More cards for Oppo. Just trying to make it to the bottom of their library. This is the grindiest game I've experienced for sure. I'm going to start going with this, especially now that we have So Tiny to do at instant speed if they try to pile a bunch of stuff on for the trade. If they don't put everything on him, we're going to get him. They didn't do it, so now we get to choose what's most important, and probably this Witch and the Innkeeper. And then we'll So Tiny... So Tiny on Hansel and Gretel is pretty appropriate, right? Farron's pretty good, but we're still in an okay spot here. All right, well now if we can kill this fairy, we threaten to win. All right, they didn't even want to block. Well, that was quite the grindy game, but we did get there. Maybe somebody else gets there better, faster, stronger, smarter, but we did get there. Okay, let's go recheck this deck. We somehow missed that we have golden eggs that are legit. Maybe we never looked, somehow we probably looked at this without looking at commons or something. I think we never looked at the commons, because this is playable too. Definitely getting rid of this pump. And I think we at least want 2 of these. Yeah, servant's fine, but what do we cut? Got tough cuts here. What did we not like? Wishful Merfolk was just okay. We could cut that. We're not going to Clover though. I really don't want to mess with Clover. I think that's fancy play syndrome to try and get value out of your adventures with Clover. Because So Tiny is just good removal though. Are you sure you want to cut that? What does this look like? This is 15-8 right here. That's a little better. We could consider the 3rd egg, but I kind of like the 2 eggs. Yeah, we basically can. This lets us look back. We don't have much in the way of bombs. We had some extra black removal that we could include. I don't like it. Everybody seems enamored with Lucky Clover, but I think it's win more / fancy play. Not necessarily win more. I mean, it's just hard to, I think it's hard to get the value back out of it that you want. No, it's just a free copy. But I do also like that Golden Egg triggers these Moonlit Scavengers better than looked before. I kind of like this. Let's do this. The Clover. Siggy ran the Clover and thought it was good. I mean, I try to listen to my elders, but I just don't see it for our deck. Like, doing this twice doesn't do anything for us. Doing this twice would be okay. Doing this twice would be good. Doing this twice is okay. Doing this twice probably doesn't do anything extra. It just wins combat even better. Unless you have 2 creatures, you know, you get in a spot where you can get 2 different creatures the bonus. And then no, that doing that twice is good. Doing that twice, maybe it's all right. I don't know. It seems like it could be okay, but I'm going to be a wimp and not run it. I'm going to give this a try. We could include more. We could include the Savvy Hunter, since we can't get this from the Fae. We could also, yeah, we could just remember that we can get the Lucky Clover from the board if we think we have a hand for it. But I do kind of like running the Savvy Hunter with these golden eggs, and curious what, if anything, if you agree, and what we would cut if we don't like that, or if we like trying to run the Hunter. We could even cut the Carver. I kind of like the Carver, but I think it's just, you know, it's pretty medium. I think we can cut that. Let's try this. We do have scavengers to care about artifacts, and we do have Fairy Vandal that wants you to draw extra. Some things that get the extra bonus. How much does Grumgully buff with Hunter in? I don't know what you mean. Oh, like, do we have too many humans? Let's see. Our human count. It really is great with this. That's a human giant. I think we have enough. And these are elf druids. Yeah, it's fine. Here's Hunter. Let's try this. Was that... That was 2, right? That was just a super long third game. Well, Savvy Hunter is laughing at us right now. And I guess we're just going to keep an opt, though. We're going to opt right away. Try to set up the future. Well, that last game we played went down to almost decking and had a lot of funky choices involved. Well, I want to go find land, but this card was very good for us last game, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be a little greedy here. And we're not being pressured. I'm actually going to go for the adventure on this one. We can go get the other egg, for example, and be able to cast the Savvy Hunter, and or the what's this? All right, that pumps. You could make an argument for going ahead and dropping the Fae now to block here, but I'm gonna. How greedy do you want to be? I'll be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy. Greed. You're late, Rosethorn. However, we can delay the Fey Wish and instead cycle the Rosethorn, add any color, and get one of these others. Or we can just not fancy play it and drop the Rosethorn. Yeah, we'll just do that. I keep wanting to try and find a way to do this sorcery that matters, but it keeps just feeling like it's correct to just run the dude out, or the elf out, let's say, and ramp your mana. We can't. You tell me how we throw splash lands in the sideboard, and I will do it. Wicked Wolf is a very good magical card. Not much to do about that, but be sad. And now... Yeah, especially, like, it's reasonable to think also they might kill your thing, so get some value out of the... out of the Rosethorn before it goes down. Now we're just really hurt by our splash here. Yeah, I guess we have to go wish for something that solves this board, huh? Because nothing really that we have in our hand does, so... We can either get a card that allows us to cast these, or a carriage that at least... Or we can get the... Actually, let's get Cauldron. Ooh, non-basic red land could have been interesting. Sorry, that rope, you know... Again, I'm a little... If I were offline, I think I would really study what our wish targets were. It's really tough to look through an entire sideboard of a sealed deck and find the right card. Well, we're getting hit awfully hard here. This is going to be tough to pull out, I think. But this might help at some point. And for right now, we do at least get Cauldron on this Wicked Wolf. We'll play the Fae, though. And do this while they're tapped. Gonna have to take 4 here, but at least we threaten the Jousting dummy. If they want to, they need to play another land. Then if they want to spend their whole turn trading for the Fae, we would do that too. Target creature. Not instant either, so we can't get the carriage. But we can, like, bounce our own thing. Alright, extra rough. Oh, we're just dead? We got pump? The rare Evolving Wilds is just bad, right? I mean, it's an Evolving Wilds plus, so I don't see how that's bad. Unless I misread it. All right, that stunk. I like figuring out this format with you, Mensch. I like streaming. It's fun. You guys are great. Which one are we talking about as constructed viable, Steven? All right, this looks okay. I'm again going to just run the opt for no extra card value. Oh, I think in this environment, yes. I mean, here's the thing, Steven. I think the fixing is so bad in Standard at the moment that Evolving Wilds is something to consider. So Evolving Wilds Plus seems very constructed viable, at least in the current mana-based situation. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Wujo. I'm saying the mana is so bad right now that I think we're going to be happy to play that rare land. Let's see what we got here. We are going to Beanstalk Giant. I'm going to keep this. No, I take it back. I think we want land too keenly right now to keep that card. All right, well, now we're getting the land. Next turn, we get Beanstalk Giant hunting our mountain. And then we get on our way towards Bone Crushing and out muscling. Yeah, we have one mountain to fetch, Mensch. weird art. I think it's just because it's kind of photorealistic, right? That guy looks, the head looks so real that it feels like it was photoshopped in. I think that, but that's just kind of a compliment to the artist in that it looks that real. Ah, here we are again. We can... Yeah, I'm just going to play the Rose Thorn. Yeah, we could have gotten a red and, like, cast, did the Bone Crusher thing. Man, we're getting worked on that every time. But here's another nice thing about... You don't often get a play when you cast the Beanstalk Giant Adventure, but in this case we do. Huh, they're pausing here, suggesting they have a response. Maybe it's good enough to save it? Oh, it's another one of those? That's not the greatest. Unfortunately, the big problem is that we don't get our giant. That's the big bummer about that. But we're heading towards Beanstalk Giant. What's this? Alright, a 3/6. I'm not too impressed by a 3/6 at the moment. We'll play this here Sleazy Griffin. And then we get a 7/7 next turn. Oh yeah, I got lots of meme ideas. Hard not to in a fairy tale set, but... Circle of Loyalty costs 1 each night. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, create a knight, and 3 and a white to tap, create a knight. So it's just like pumping out knights. Rough. Hopefully we'll find our... We put these eggs in. Where are they? I want the eggs. Well, for now, we're just going to Beanstalk Giant. Hope we can race this thing. Well, we still get to out-muscle, and actually, Scavengers, we can bring our dude back. Is it... An opponent controls. Never mind, we can't. Getting worked over by stinking shepherds. All right. Fae of Wishes is nice. We have now 8 mana available to us. We can muscle the Paladin and Fae and Wish. I'm going to muscle the Paladin now. How do they bounce it? They bounce it with what? This is a creature, not an instant in the thing. So yeah, I'm going to risk this, and then we'll see. Maybe, yeah, maybe there's a... We're at 9, though, so I really want to start by trying to take out this Paladin. It doesn't have, like, indestructible or anything, right? Okay, so we're going to pay... Oh, what's the adamant? What do I get for adamant on this thing? Oh, we don't care about indestructible anyway, so whatever. And then we're gonna wish. Artifact Destruction would be great. Let's see if we have that. We got 2... No, that's not going to do it. Looks like no artifact destruction, unfortunately. So then let's... what does Witch's Oven do for us? Yeah, we get 2 foods, and then that turns on the scavengers. That's decent. Yeah, we could fling the giant. I'm in for the fling. Flinging the giant seems good. And at 9 life, do we want to trade for the shepherd with this sleazy griffin? I think we do. 4 is a lot, and there's going to be another one, so let's actually offer a trade. Wishclaw Talisman. My auto card anywhere doesn't work because of the new set, so I got to keep looking up these things you're saying in chat. Or suggesting Wishclaw. Or I could do it here, I guess. Does that work? Or am I supposed to do card wish? No, card Wishclaw, right? Does that work? How does this sound? Oh, right, that one, that one. Here's what this does. What did that do? Well, shoot. Is it just for the turn, though? Oh, no, it's a counter. Rough. Well, we're going to say no blocks here and try and stabilize next turn. And probably keeping land now. I guess we bounce one of these. Oh, we don't have it. Never mind. So we're gonna... Maybe we actually Fey. Yeah, Vigilance was EOT, but the point is it stays big. Yeah, I'm gonna hold the forest, and maybe we just need to play the scavengers though, since it can trade with the shepherd. Yeah, I think we just need the 4/5. I'm being fancy play, trying to have it all, and we just need to do this. Although I should have played even. Keeping the forest for the Fey is nice, but also it could have had this untapped. Now we have to block with creatures and hope that's good. Yeah, this might have been a punt not to play the forest. Although it wouldn't have been given us the fling. But we do have double block and single block to trade, which was the main thing we wanted to be able to do here. Although if they can get rid of any of these creatures, we're in a bad spot. They get to force a chump. Although we still live, and then we get to fling. See which ones they want. No tricks. Boo. Baked into a pie? Oh, you're just creating knights. What does that do? What are they doing? Oh no, I don't even know this card. What is this? Okay, now we are Skrizzood. Not completely dead, but just mostly dead. I think it's about time for this.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oppo keeps having just enough in our losses here. Just enough. And this is proving, you know, I was asking whether we could race this, and it's looking like the answer is no. No, we cannot. Save us off the top deck. Now we're getting a land. Guaranteed. Here comes the land. Not that it matters anyway. We can't really beat 2 creatures. We need, like, card draw plus... Oh, yeah. We're so toast. And I even get to replay this? Bonkers. Yeah. Inauspicious beginning. We had some good games, but we just got outclassed. Bummer. 2 wins sucks. I hate 2 wins. Makes me feel like a bad Magic player. Yeah, the Knights seem like decent fun police here. All right, well, so it goes. Open these packs. You know me, mama. Losing sucks. What are you gonna do? I never am happy if I've lost more than I've won. All right, there was some happy sound there. Maybe it was a mythic or something. Couple mythics in the packs, it sounds like. All right, yeah, we got a couple mythics in the prize packs, but I'm super disappointed in that result. I thought we had the tools to do some cool things. We didn't really find our... Like, in the games we won, we found our good stuff. In the games we lost, we didn't really see our power cards, I think. But get over it, Ryan. It's just a 2 and 3. You could do a lot worse than that. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Sealed. But I'm going to switch to... Well, here's the thing. We're in an awkward spot with set reviews because the set's already out. So I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube on this, and then we'll talk about what to do with our remaining half hour here. But I will say farewell to YouTube. Hope you enjoyed that. That one grindy game was super interesting. I just wish we had better results. So thanks, YouTube. We'll see you.